Have you ever heard the pot calling the kettle black? The pot calling the kettle black? If you're not sure what I mean, do watch this video because pot calling the kettle black is an idiom. What is an idiom? An idiom is a phrase that has a different meaning from the individual words in it. The meaning of the phrase cannot be taken literally. It has to be understood from a different perspective. The meanings of idioms are usually metaphorical, like metaphors, and so they cannot be taken literally. So, why should you bother to learn idioms in English? The answer is simple. You can make your speech and writing more effective with idioms. They add a deeper meaning to your creativity and make you sound like a native speaker. If that's what you desire, then you definitely should use idioms in your speech and writing. So let's learn this new idiom today, pot calling the kettle black. Look at it literally. What does it mean? A pot does not talk. How can it call anyone anything? We are looking at personification here. But let's presume that the pot does talk, can talk, and it is calling the kettle black. Literally, it is shocking that the pot would call the kettle black when the pot itself has been used extensively like the kettle on an open fire, and it is also as black as the kettle. It is used to demonstrate hypocrisy, like someone blaming someone else for something that he also does incorrectly. Old fashioned cast iron pots and kettles always turned black when hung over an open fire. But there is another way of looking at this idiom. The copper kettle might have been shiny while the pot, being covered with soot from the open fire, would definitely be black. So, if the pot called the kettle black, it might be the pot's black reflection that it saw in the shiny kettle. In that case, this would demonstrate projection. In psychology, it is known to put your faults onto someone else because you cannot accept your own faults. Projecting your faults on another person. Either way, by now, you probably understood the idiom. Here's an example. How can you talk about my untidy work? Said May to her friend June. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Did you understand? So, what May means is that her friend June cannot afford to point out to her untidy work when her own work is just as untidy. That makes June a hypocrite. This proverbial idiom seems to be of Spanish origin. The first English versions of it appeared in the first half of the 17th century. Would you like some more examples? Here they are. He called me greedy because I ate the pastry. But that's like the pot calling the kettle black, since he usually eats up all the pastries. Here's another sentence. You are angry with me for arriving late? That's like the pot calling the kettle black, since you were late as well. And here's another one. She said that she would not speak to me again because I was a liar. But that was like the pot calling the kettle black. She forgot all the times when she had lied to me in the past. Get the picture? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and will be able to use the idiom in your speech and writing. When someone blames you for something that they also do wrong, what can you say to them? Tell them that it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Here, look at it one last time. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. All right? So, until we meet again, do practice all that you learn because that is the only way in which you can do well. Cheerio.